Today, we're going to talk about constructing a net worth statement. Okay, we're going to see how much we are worth when it comes to our assets and our liabilities. Now, there are some key words when you're trying to figure out if it's an asset or a liability that will help you determine, okay, is it going to be an asset, is it going to be a liability? Okay, so let's first determine or define what an asset is. An asset is things that you own. They have positive cash value. Those things are houses, cars, bank accounts, things that you actually own. They have a positive cash value. They're worth something. Now, those key terms that'll help you see, like, okay, that's an asset. Okay, you will see it'll say paid off. It'll say something is paid off. It'll say something is worth a certain amount, or it may say it's valued at a certain amount. Okay, so when you see these terms here saying, hey, their house is paid off, they own it, that's an asset. If it's saying it's worth a certain amount, it's an asset. Okay, liability is the debts that you owe. They have a negative cash value. Okay, examples of liabilities are car loans, house mortgages, credit cards, student loans. They're debts, meaning we owe something. So those key things will let you know it's a liability. It'll say you owe something, pays something, or to say shares cost of. So look for these terms whenever you're trying to figure out, if you get confused, is it an asset or is it a liability? Okay, now, what is net worth? Net worth is the difference between assets and liabilities. So we would take whatever our assets are, we would add all of our assets, add all of our liabilities, and we would subtract whatever the total of our assets minus our liabilities, which would give us what we're worth, what our net worth is. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, we're going to go over on the inside, and we're going to go see how we can construct a net worth statement. Okay. Yes, this is a lot of reading, but we're going to go through this one at a time, and we're going to cross out when we're done. All right. So here it gives us all Andy has going on. Okay. We're trying to, at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out his current net worth. So we're trying to figure out his assets. We'll take his assets and subtract his liabilities. It's going to give us our net worth. Okay, so I'm going to organize my work here. I'm going to put my assets over here, and I'm going to put my liabilities over here. Okay, so now I need to go through here one at a time, and I'm going to list it out. So it says Andy paid off his car. There's that key word. He paid off his car, which is worth $8,000. So that's going to be an asset because he paid it off. He now owns it. He doesn't have to pay a car note. So we're going to put that here. So we're going to put car, and we're going to put $8,000 because that's an asset. And we're also going to cross that out up here so we know we've already used that. Okay. Now, he owes, there's that key word, he owes 6 monthly installments of $85 each for his sound system. Okay, so now let's look at that one thing, the sound system. He owes that. So now that's going to be a liability, but how are we going to figure out how much he owes for that? So we're going to put sound, I'm going to abbreviate sound system. Okay, he owes 6 monthly installments of $85. So he still owes 6 payments of $85. So this is actually 85 times 6. So for his sound system, he's going to owe $510 still. Okay, so there's the sound system. All right, so we're going to cross that out. Okay, now he pays $75 per month for his cable service, and his contract lasts 1 year. And we know that there are 12 months in a year, so for the cable, that's going to be a liability. He owes it. We're going to take the 75 and multiply it by 12. Okay, so he still owes $900. We're going to cross that out. We're just going to take this one at a time. Okay, next he has $472 in his checking account. He has that. So now that's going to be something he owns. So checking account, then I'm going to abbreviate checking. He has $472. Okay, we're going to cross that out. Oh, and he has $2,735 in his savings account. So we're going to say savings account. He has $2,735. Cross that out. We're taking it one at a time. He owes $446 on his credit card. So we're going to abbreviate that. Credit card. He owes $446. Okay, done with that. His electronic appliances are valued at $2,075. So they're valued at. So now that means he owns it. So that's going to be here. The electronic appliances. Cross that out. Okay, his share of the rent and utilities for his apartment that he shares with his roommate is $545 per month, and his lease lasts for 8 months. Okay, so that's going to be a liability. How am I going to figure that out? I'm going to take my cost and I'm going to multiply it by how many months we have left, which are 8. And I'm going to get how much his rent is, which is $4,360. So now I can figure out, I've taken everything that I have here. Now I can figure out what his net worth is. And we know net worth is total assets minus total liabilities will give you my net worth. So what I want you to do with your partner is I want you to add up all of the assets, add up all the liabilities, and figure out what Andy's net worth is. Okay, so for the total assets, you should have gotten $13,282. And for the liabilities, you should have gotten $6,216. So now we would take the assets minus the liabilities, which would give us his net worth of $7,066. That's going to be Andy's net worth. Okay? All right. So now, last example here. It actually is this here. It says on the previous page you were given a family. So we have our family here. Okay, we have a family of 2 adults and 2 young children. Both parents work full-time jobs. One child's in daycare all day and the other child's first grade and after-school care. They own a house and 2 cars and carry some credit card debt. We're going to complete the net worth worksheet for this family. And remember that not all monetary expenses are liabilities. Monthly expenses are liabilities, okay? So it lists out everything here, and we're going to do the same thing we did at the top here. We're going to cross it out as we mark it. So here, it gives us a table here, okay? We're going to put our assets, what we own, liabilities over here, what we owe. So the good thing here is it already tells us what our assets are and what our liabilities are. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the information from this family, and we're going to put it over here. All right. So we're going to take it one at a time. The first thing it says the balance on all bank accounts. Balance on all bank accounts. So let's look and see if we can find some bank accounts over here. So, okay, we have a checking account here. Number 7 is a checking account. The balance is $500. Then the savings account, we have a balance of $1,200. So it says a balance on all bank accounts. So we would add those two together. So our total there would be $1,700. Okay. So we can cross number 7 out. We can cross number 8 out. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you with your partner to go ahead and fill out what the balance for all the retirement accounts, if there's any cash, value of the home, value of the auto, value of furniture and household items, value of jewelry, art, antiques. Find the total assets and then do your total liabilities, things that you owe, mortgage, auto loans, if there's any credit cards, student loans or other, and get a total. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at here is the balance on our retirement accounts. Okay, over here we have retirement accounts, $15,000. Okay, we have cash of $75,000, which is number 9. We have the value of the home, which is $95,000. Okay, now the value of the auto. So we got 17,000 here, but let's see how we got 17,000. So you have 2 cars here. The first car is worth 12,000. They still owe $5,000 on this auto loan. Okay. Second car is worth 10,000. It's paid in full. They own that one. Okay. We're gonna take this 12,000 and subtract what they already owe because they still even though it's worth this, they still owe that. Okay. So we would take the 10,000 plus the 7,000, and that's how we get the 17,000. Okay, value of the furniture and household items, $5,700, because we take the 4,500 here for the furniture and add the miscellaneous items of 12,000. Let's go ahead and exit that out. Okay. Liabilities, the home mortgage is $45,000. Okay, because the balance on the mortgage was $45,000. Auto loan, $5,000. We still owe that $5,000 on that first car. And then the credit cards is $2,900. So if you're wondering why I didn't put anything here under value of jewelry. Now, it says her jewelry is valued at $900, but these were paid with a credit card. So pretty much she still owes that. That she doesn't own that because she's still paying for that credit card. So that's why we added that $900 to that credit card balance. Okay, so that takes care of all of that we have except for the child care expenses. That's the only thing that's left there. So when we add all these up, go ahead and add that up with your partner. For total assets, you get $134,475. Liabilities, you get $52,900. So net worth is going to be your assets minus your liabilities. So it would be $81,575. Okay. So now let's look at these questions here. Which items did not count as an asset or a liability? And we saw the only thing we had left was child care. Now, I want you to think, why would not child care be counted as an asset or a liability? Take about 30 seconds to talk with your partner. So, answer, you cannot own a service. Okay? Child care is a service that's being provided. You can't own that. Okay? Does this family have a positive or a negative net worth? Okay? Did their liabilities outweigh their assets? The answer is no. So they have a positive net worth. Okay, so number 3 is going to be a reflection for you and your partner to discuss, and we'll talk about that. It says determine 3 suggestions for this family to increase their net worth. So what are 3 things they can do? What would you suggest for them to do to increase their net worth?